So I've had some questions about my creeper farm design, particularly when it came to Bedrock. And Bedrock is a bit of a different beast than Java is. This is the creeper farm design that I showed. I did swap out the buttons for carpets. That seemed to improve the spawn rates, or at least in the fact that, when you're in here, you can walk across the buttons, whereas with a carpet in the way, you can't exactly walk across it. So in the sense that the creepers can now spawn and then just run straight off, did help with the spawn rates. So we changed that to buttons. I have 5 layers here, 5 spawnable layers. And then above it we have solid blocks. I was noticing just a slab was letting light through. So you want a full block there and then put a slab on the roof. Other than that, everything else is the same. So I went up here, and I went up about 100 blocks, 128 blocks or so. Sat there for an hour, and that's what I got. A stack and almost a half of gunpowder. So it does work. It does work. Obviously having this over an ocean or way up in the sky, having more layers will help. But yes, the spawn rates are limiting as far as this farm goes. But for a creeper-only gunpowder farm in Bedrock, it's really not too bad. So what I'm getting into is I built this. I've built this in Java before, and so I wanted to test it and make sure it works here in Bedrock as well. And it does. So the same amount of time I'm sitting there waiting on that, this is doing all the mobs, and this is what I've got. But we're still looking about the same amount of drops. However, you're getting significantly more of other things. So let me show you how to build this. It's a double chest. And we're going to put a grid of hoppers in here. You can get away with a 2x2 grid. I like the 3x3 because then the spiders fall down and die a lot easier. Cover them in slabs. From ground level, you're going to go up 24 blocks. So if we look at our position there in the top left corner, we're at 4. So that's going to be 28 is where we'll end up. So we'll just build this all the way around to 28. And now that we're at level 28, we're going to go out 10 blocks total. So we'll count this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll do that all 4 ends. Okay, and then we'll just fill it in. Then do that for the other 3 corners. Okay, and now you should have a 23 by 23 with a 3 by 3 hole in the middle. We're going to cover the hole with open fence gates. And coming at an angle, we're going to count 4 spaces, and then raise this corner up here. Now that you have that raised up, another 4, 1, 2, 3, and then on the 4th, you're going to place a block. So again, down here you'll have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up here you'll have 3, 1, 2, 3. And here in the corner, this is going to be your wall. And you'll do that in the other 3 corners. So this is what it's going to look like now. On each of these gaps here, we're going to need to fill those in with a block. And we'll take a water bucket and we'll fill in all the corners. And then right above the middle block that we just placed. Just like that. So now it should look like this with all the water flowing into the center. Now from here, we're going to come up 3 blocks. Let's get rid of those. We're going to build a platform on this block here. I'm going to mark the center with an extra block there. We're going to come out 8 from this block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It should leave a 2 block gap between the platform and the wall. That's what we want. This is going to be a diamond-shaped platform. You should have a diamond-shaped platform that looks like this. From this block, we're going to go up 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Break out the 3 underneath. Facing up into this block, we're going to place an observer. And then facing down from that block, we're going to place a dispenser. On the level of the dispenser, we're going to place another platform, the exact same size and shape of this platform. So now you should have 2 platforms that look like this. Now, if you're building this in survival, I would make sure to keep this well lit as you go, so nothing spawns in on you. And I would also recommend leaving access and using scaffolding to go in between levels. We will need to come back and put a water bucket into that dispenser. You can make as many of these layers as you'd like. I'm going to build 4 for this tutorial. Now that we've done our layers, we're going to build up the outside wall. Just build it up to the exact same height as your top layer. Okay, now that you built the walls up, go ahead and fill in the rest of the ceiling here. Okay, now that you've got the roof done, go ahead and cover that up with slabs. That way no mobs can spawn on top of the roof. Okay, so now it's time to do the redstone. To start, place a redstone block next to that, and you can just get rid of that block there. Put a sticky piston facing into the block, and another sticky piston on that side. So you'll have that gap open right now. On either side, place a block there, and remove that slab and place a block there. So it'll kind of step down. Up above here, you're going to need 2 hoppers facing into each other. Like that. With a block on either side. And a comparator coming out of those blocks. Redstone dust on that block and that block. With a regular block on top of the redstone dust like that. I would cover all of this in slabs as well, just to prevent any mobs from spawning on top of the redstone. So, that is a simple hopper clock. Now what we'll do is before we turn that on, we're going to go down here, we're going to put the water in all of the dispensers. So starting at the very bottom level, go ahead and place in your water. Going up, and then do it to the next one. Do that for all of your dispensers. It may even be a good idea to go back through and just double check each dispenser just to make sure you didn't miss anything. Break all those and fill in the holes here. Now to turn this on, all you do is go into the hopper above the redstone, put in a stack of dirt, or a stack of anything really, and that is going to trigger all of the observers. We'll go in here and I'll show you what happens. As it goes down, the dispenser dispenses the water above the observer, which sends a signal down to the next observer, which again trickles down to the next dispenser, etc., etc., etc. As the clock turns off, the dispensers are re-triggered and the water gets sucked up into this dispenser again. So this will allow the mobs to spawn on these platforms, and then the water from the dispenser will push them off into this flowing water down to our trap. Back at the bottom here, you want to make sure to light this up really good down here, as well as any caves or anything like that nearby. Make sure it's all lit up really well, and you also want to break out this block here. Also, when we tripped the water for the first time, it knocked all the torches down, and you can just collect them here. So at this level, they will die instantly. However, if you would like this to also double as an XP farm, simply make your hopper and your chests up 1 higher. Okay, so it'll be this level here. So I left the blocks here next to the hoppers. That way I can still hit the creepers, but they don't see me. Whereas if I were to get closer, they would be able to start seeing me and they could explode. So by killing them like this, they're just a one-hit kill. It may even be safer to add the block there too, just so you don't accidentally get in that nook and they would see you. Again, just like any other mob farm, creeper farm, any kind of farm, you'll want this either up in the sky, over an ocean, or at the very least have everything around you well lit, 128 blocks out away from wherever you're going to sit. If it's here, make sure you've got it well lit up all the way around. And that will maximize them spawning inside the farm and then getting sent down here where you can easily hit them for a one-hit kill. Witches and any of the mobs that have armor on, they may be more than one hit. This is a great farm to build, and just the short period of time that we've been here, that's what we've got. So obviously with a looting sword and having more tiers in here than just 5 platforms, you could have 10 platforms in here. It doesn't matter. It could be, you build it up as high as you'd like. This farm can also be built exactly this way, exactly the same, in Java Edition. So this is a great universal farm. Again, you get every single drop, you get XP, everything. It works wonders. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please be sure to smash that like button for me. It would really help me out. Again, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.